If you don't know where the branch is, it's a sacred branch that's used to cleanse bad omens as well as bring blessings to people that the elders use. So, up next we're going to have Honorable Sanjay Tana, who is the Minister of Trade, Industry and Cooperation.
Inviting me here today. And on a lighter note, I want us to be honest, except for maybe Lord Bishop and the Lord Justice. How many of you really understood what this young lady spoke while she was on stage? Put up your hand. Canada, some of you are online and watching us from various countries that are within the diaspora. Some of you live in Uganda, while others have traveled from far and wide to be with us. Those of you that live in the diaspora and are watching us online, and also those of you that are here that have friends and relatives outside there. I grew up amongst the Luo, and round about 1985, we had a huge group of Luo intellectuals migrating out of the country. Many of you would know, but some of you that are young would not know that there was a coup in July 1985 that made a lot of people flee Uganda for political reasons. Hardly 6 months down the road, in 1986, 26 January, there was another coup, and another group of Luos had to flee. And many of these are my friends that we grew up with, went to school with, and now live in many of those other countries. Initially, they lived as under political asylum, but then eventually they've gained citizenship. Many of them are extremely successful in their careers, but also as businessmen. Very many years down the road, the northern Uganda, the northern part of Uganda, has become a focal point for this government. And there are quite a number of initiatives that have been put in place to rebuild the northern Uganda. Under my ministry, and I'll stick to that particular portfolio for now, there are loads and loads of opportunities. And as government, they have been, my predecessors, His Excellency the President, and many other people have been following a national development plan that started from NDP 1, NDP 2, NDP 3, and now we are currently pursuing the NDP 4. And under the NDP 4, we are looking at 4 core pillars that have been narrowed down. And for purposes of today's speech, I'm going to be extremely brief. We are calling them the ATMS. And the objective is that in 1986, Uganda's economy was around about 50 billion GDP. We sit at 5 billion. Today we sit at about 60 billion US dollars. The idea is that by 2040, we want to reach 500 billion. So the strategy is called the 10-fold growth strategy. And the 4 pillars that have been identified under the NDP 4 is A stands for agro-processing, T stands for tourism, M stands for mining and mineral processing, and S stands for science, technology, and innovation. We all understand what is happening globally, but I want to tell you that as Uganda, we are growing exponentially, and in many of the verticals. For example, Uganda was a net importer of sugar at one time. Actually, we suffered. For those of you that don't know or don't remember, that I as a child, though my father had the money, could not buy milk. We used to get milk from Denmark and Holland in Uganda. Sugar was smuggled from Kenya. Very many other commodities like petrol, paraffin, and anything that you name, including paracetamol, was in short supply. From that stage to where we are today, we have managed to solve several bottlenecks. And today the opportunity is in the agro-processing sector, which as Northerners, as the Luo, I want to interest you in 2 or 3 items, but the list is long. Under agro-processing, honey is one of my pet projects. You have heard a lot about coffee. The coffee vertical, Uganda today has exceeded, and we are among the top in the world. I think we're number 2 in Africa, or number 2 globally, and number 1 in Africa for the Robusta coffee. We've done very well with tea. We've done very well with milk. We are a net exporter. We've done well with sugar. We are a net exporter, and several other agro products. But for Northern Uganda, I want to interest you on 2 or 3 items. One is apiary, honey. The honey that you buy on the shelves of Europe and US and Asia and China, more than 40% or almost 40% of it is what they're referring to as synthetic honey. Now, we have Mr. Okodia here, who we call Bishop in Lango, in Lira. That man there is buying honey and processing honey and exporting wax to Japan. And I can tell you that he is not even at 10% of his demand. And there is a lot of demand outside, because women nowadays do not want to use animal fat-based cosmetics, because the Muslims realize that there is pig fat in it. The Indians have realized there is beef fat in it, and therefore now they want to go into shea butter. So shea butter, which is predominant in northern Uganda, the shea tree. So there is an initiative to protect the shea tree seed, where they're getting butter. Now West Africa has perfected the art of using shea butter for cooking. We have registered, there is a group of ladies and gents that have registered what we are calling the Nilotica shea seed. And that seed gives us the shea butter, which many households in northern Uganda use. But the good news is the Japanese want it, the Indians want it, the Chinese want it, the Europeans want it, to replace the Vaseline and petroleum jelly that has been found to be carcinogenic. So, again, we are at a strategic point where for us as northern Uganda, these are opportunities that lie within our docket. 3, another interesting business venture that I want to interest you in. The first one was honey and its byproducts. Of course, if we get time, Mr. Okodia will tell us. It's not only honey, it's the wax, it's the venom, it's the propolis that helps with health. But then there are also chia seeds, simsim, soya that have become, because predominantly Lango, Acholi, part of West Nile, but the northeastern part was the cotton belt. And under the cotton industry, because of the world market and what's happening, the total industry, the gineries, etc., are going down. But we have the opportunity of converting that seed into oil seed. So whether it is soya, whether it is simsim, whether it's chia, and the opportunities keep on going, the list is long. So I would like to interest to those of you that have a lot of money seated in your bank accounts in North America, in Europe, in other parts of the world, or even within Uganda. I see quite a number of wealthy people in the room. I want to invite you, while you make money, these particular verticals will help the communities that we live in as well. And we must have business synergies that touch the people at the grassroots level. Two things are, and this is my own experience about Luos, is that they're extremely honest. If they don't like you, they'll tell you, it's okay, we'll part ways. And the other thing is that they're very hardworking. So unlike many other parts of Uganda where you go and you find somebody with a PhD in politics seated at the crossroads of every small town in Uganda, you do find people in northern Uganda still going to the fields. And that is a sign of hope, and that is a sign that we still have the chance to recover from where we lost. And today, I come to say three things. One is that the government of Republic of Uganda has made sure that all the enablers are there. If you look at the road network, in 1986 it used to take us 8 to 10 hours to drive from Tororo to Kampala because of the potholes on the road. Today the roads are good, whether it is from Swam to Mutukula to Bwera to Elegu, we have good roads. The ones that are not are being worked on. If you look at power, today Uganda, there was a time when this entire network used to be sustained on generators. Today, we have excess production of power, and the government is still putting up more dams. If you look at security, the entire country is secure. If you look at the various other indices, whether it's the health index, education index, in 1986, I remember when I joined my high school, there was a graduation ceremony. I went to Makerere College School, and at Makerere University there was a graduation ceremony that was graduating, and Makerere University was the only government university, the only university in Uganda. And in that year, if I remember right, we graduated only about 860 students. Today, with all the universities, both government and private, government is graduating close to 300,000 students every year. We have a population which is elite, educated, well-spoken, well-exposed, but the government cannot provide jobs for all of us. So, under this S, because I was still talking of the ATMS, so you have the agro-processing, you have the tourism. There are quite a number of sites. There are some young girls that came to my office, and I'm told that the proceeds from here are going to go to build a Luo museum. And I asked them, but when you go near Papa's home here in Pakwach, and I told my driver, stop, we went there. How many of us have been to that spot where the axe was thrown? Very near Pakwach, just after the bridge. So how many of us have visited that spot? So if as Luo we cannot commemorate and build a memory or a memorabilia, whatever English word, sometimes English confuses me. But yeah, there is that spot there, and what can we do about it? So I want to tell the organizers that if we start with that spot, because that's where we started from Bahar al-Gazer to there, the Luo Babito migration, we know what happened in Pakwach, and then the ones that ended up in Tororo, and then the ones that ended up in Kisumu. I believe that somebody more authoritative will talk about that migration. But we need to go back home. So as tourism, I remember Honorable Odonga Oto led us to some waterfalls, a very beautiful spot I think it's Aru or Amuru? Aru. So we have such wonderful flora, fauna, vegetation to really give to Uganda. Whether you talk about Kidepo, whether you talk about Para, whether you talk about the waterfalls that I've just mentioned, or even this particular spot that I found extremely interesting. So tourism, we must build more lodges, more facilities. I remember when I was campaigning it was a national campaign for the Entrepreneurs League, and before that, vice chairperson in NRM. I moved to each and every town, and I can tell you that in some towns, we don't have accommodation. So you must drive to the next town. These are all challenges that we must carry today to see how we can develop tourism in northern Uganda. Now, I also run a private company in my other side, a tourism company. Now, the tourism circuits are either Mwea, Para, source of the Nile, and maybe if you're lucky, somebody would be willing to go mountain hiking in Mbale. With Kidepo opening and all these other routes that I've talked about, I think this room needs to think about opening the northern circuit. It's something that we must think about. It's not my docket, but I'm willing to support. So under ATMS, I've talked about agro, I've talked about tourism, mining. So we have a lot of mineral resources in the north. I know there are quite a number of people involved in northern Uganda, both in mining and mineral processing. So, and we have a daughter here who is the Minister of Minerals in the Ministry of Energy. So let's use that docket to make sure if we can align and promote mineral processing in this country. Fourth, the science and technology. Today, these people are streaming live because we have the bandwidth. The entire country has a national fiber backbone, and that national backbone is available in any of our cities or towns in northern Uganda. I talked about the education and unemployed youth. In your countries, especially those of you that live outside Uganda, there is what we call call centers and BPO. Very cheap to invest in. Government has provided you with the bandwidth. All you need to do is get a room like this, get this very brilliant, and Northerners speak the best English. So we are able to talk better English than the Chinese, than the Indians, than the Filipinos, and many other African countries. So why can't we dominate the call center business? Where is the problem? I think it's a mindset change that we need to bring on board. I can talk about investment opportunities from now up to tomorrow morning, but I've been given very little time. I want to wind up by saying there is a lot of opportunity in exporting meat, in exporting fish, in exporting the fish byproducts, in exporting chicken or poultry. Today, we have farms in Uganda, not very far away from Kampala, but as you go towards northern Uganda, on the roadside, that produce 1.2 million eggs per day. And I want to tell you, as Uganda, we still have shortage of eggs, we still have shortage of poultry, we still have a huge, huge opportunity to export, not overseas, but even within the neighborhood. Therefore, those of you that have land and know how to keep birds, please, that's an opportunity that is lying low, and we call them low-lying fruits in economics. In interest of time, I beg to once again thank the organizers for such a wonderful gathering. It's a gathering of very, very intellectual and high-caliber people, and it reminds me, I was never a literature student, but I loved reading. So I ended up reading a book by Chinua Achebe, which was a compulsory book for all literature students. And in that book, there were 2 points that come up vividly after looking at the presence of members in this room. One is that the center can no longer hold, if the center can no longer hold, then things fall apart. This is a manifestation that our center can hold, and therefore we are not falling apart and we are together. The second point that comes to my mind is that you do not find people of such high social and financial caliber coming together here today because they do not have food at their homes. Like he said, that it does not mean I cannot see the moon from my compound. But by coming here today together, we are only professing brotherhood, we are only professing solidarity. So once again, hats off to the organizers, and thank you very much for the idea, and I pledge total support on my own behalf and on the behalf of government of Uganda. I thank you, and I say this all for God and my country.
Thank you so much, Honorable Sanjay Tana, the Minister of Trade, Cooperatives, Trade, Industry and Cooperatives. And I have to say, Wodluo, it was an amazing speech, and like you said, he is as low as it gets, quoting the Luo proverbs. I found that quite interesting, especially the one about congregating, yet we all have food at our homes, but there's a reason we congregate. And as he pointed out, there's some pretty distinguished people here who could be eating anywhere else, but they're here to share a meal with us, break bread with us, break kal with us. And some of those, I think, deserve a mention. The Deputy Inspector General of Police, James Ochaya, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. And Her Worship, Pamela Lamono Ochaya, the Registrar, Magistrates Affairs in the Judiciary, thank you so much. Would also like to recognize Her Worship, Abil Samson Loom, the Chief Magistrate Kiriandongo. Thank you so much. Now, this is somebody who kind of took over social media a couple of weeks ago, absolutely stole the show. She's a looker. Kimberly Jael Asio Aremo, recently crowned Miss Africana Uganda. Thank you for turning up. Yeah, we've got so much in store for you, and just a brief interlude of music from an Acholi band performing La Raga Raga. Ofoye Matek, ba? Ofoye Matek. Ofoye Matek. Narakaraka, ladies and gentlemen, in all its glory. But now we're moving on to the one reason we are all here today. The one big reason, the launch of the Luo Digital Museum. And it's a fascinating concept, frankly speaking. Novel in its very nature, and incredibly interesting in what they thought about to try and create something we are all here to witness in its greatness, in its infancy, because we believe this is something that's definitely going to redefine how we express ourselves as Luo Nation, so to speak.
Every generation inherits stories, songs, dances, clan identities, and the values that shape who they are. For the Luo people, this inheritance spans centuries and crosses borders. It is rich, vibrant, and invaluable. Yet much of it is at risk of being lost. Many of our elders have departed with their knowledge undocumented. Some of our languages are fading. Sacred histories, traditions, and indigenous wisdom are disappearing with each passing generation. That is why the Digital Luo Museum Initiative was born. A bold vision to preserve our heritage, honor our identity, and safeguard our legacy for generations to come. Beginning here in Uganda, the home of the Southern Luo, we are launching a journey to digitally preserve our heritage and connect Luo people across the world. The Digital Luo Museum will become a permanent home for our oral histories, music, dances, traditions, literature, leadership systems, proverbs, ceremonies, and indigenous knowledge, ensuring they remain accessible for generations present and future. Through interactive language learning tools, virtual reality experiences, and educational resources, the museum will bring Luo culture to life. It will connect Luo communities worldwide while creating opportunities for our artists, writers, scholars, entrepreneurs, and cultural custodians to showcase the richness of our heritage to the world. This initiative is more than preserving our past. It is an investment in our future. Whether you are Luo, a friend of the Luo, or simply someone who believes in preserving culture, we warmly invite you to join us in making this vision a reality. Luo Foundation, preserving heritage, connecting generations, inspiring the future.
Yep, as I said, quite novel in its concept. We are going to have a meal now. And after that, we shall have the speech from the chief guest. But before we get to the meal, we've got the person who was behind this in the first place, who made it happen, Dennis Obita, to share some 2 cents about the rationale behind this. Wrap your heads around it and take a listen.
Thank you one more time. Good evening again. And in the interest of time, I want to say just in 1 minute why the Digital Luo Museum. The simple reality is that we are living in an era now where a lot of our world is in our hands through the phones or laptops or any of these other electronic devices. The traditional museums that we have are in buildings, are in homes, are in the kitchen, are in all these other largely physical spaces. But our children live in a more digitalized world. And so how can we start to build culture, morality, and all these great things that we acclaim to culture and have it available, authentic, and better preserved in the digital space so that our children, irrespective, not even just our children, but even us, irrespective of which part of the world we are in, we are able to access culture as and when we want to. That is the basis for the Digital Luo Museum. We are going to document, we are going to take photos, we are going to record stories, we are going to hear narrations from seniors, elders in our communities like CJ, so that the rich, vast knowledge that they have does not depart with them. But somehow the generations coming after us are able to benefit from. That's the whole concept of the Luo Museum. And so I thought it was important that this comes to life, and I'm excited that all of us are going to be a part of this. And it's not just a Luo Museum that will be coming up. Eventually, we hope to have all the communities in Uganda accessible online through this museum. So thank you. I just needed to add that to it.
Are you ready, ladies? Yeah, man, it's fun. Yes, please, the mornings. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Every generation inherits stories, songs, dances, clan identities, and the values that shape who they are. For the Luo people, this inheritance spans centuries and crosses borders. It is rich, vibrant, and invaluable, yet much of it is at risk of being lost. Many of our elders have departed with their knowledge undocumented. Some of our languages are fading. Sacred histories, traditions, and indigenous wisdom are disappearing with each passing generation. That is why the Digital Lure Museum Initiative was born. A bold vision to preserve our heritage, honor our identity, and safeguard our legacy for generations to come. Beginning here in Uganda, the home of the Southern Luo, we are launching a journey to digitally preserve our heritage and connect Luo people across the world. The Digital Luo Museum will become a permanent home for our oral histories, music, dances, traditions, literature, leadership systems, proverbs, ceremonies, and indigenous knowledge, ensuring they remain accessible for generations present and future. Through interactive language learning tools, virtual reality experiences, and educational resources, the museum will bring Luo culture to life. It will connect Luo communities worldwide while creating opportunities for our artists, writers, scholars, entrepreneurs, and cultural custodians to showcase the richness of our heritage to the world. This initiative is more than preserving our past. It is an investment in our future. Whether you are Luo, a friend of the Luo, or simply someone who believes in
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time when you get to head out for a meal. The ushers are going to come and assist you. So just be patient. They're on their way. And they will show you where it is exactly you can get service.
John Akiwa, 1972. Amaro. Charlie King Lamaro. Dan Kitega Lamaro. Archbishop Oromi. Donge Wilobo. Maro Maro. Amaro. Wamaro Ya. Donge Wilobo. Maro Maro. Lamaro. Moronina. Orieno. Ariemo. Ochan. Achan. Onagalit. Bibaniba. Apio. Okon. Akon. Olanya. Oto. Tet. Mo. Kira eno. Lamaro we. Abe, Luga, Monya, oh, window, Amalo, Joma Mero Lobocor, Amalo, Ochona, Achona, Opio, Otim, Atim, Ojo, Amalo, Malo. Angara bit mo, kado, choco, nacho gangwa, aporo kwe, apoyo, donge wilobo, maro, amaro ya, donge wilobo, maro, la maro.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, in the spirit of the Luo Digital Museum, there's quite some physical collector's items that you could indulge yourself. Books, coffee, arts and craft, interesting things outside there, including at the same time. He's written quite a number of books. There's another about angels on the Nile Basin. A history of the Luo people in a way that you need to have a look at. And there's also another book called Poverty in the Dock. Interesting, it's something that maybe everyone should also have a look at or read, because it's like a mirror, essentially. So take time to add those books to your physical library collection. There's also a beautiful book by our guest of honor today, The Man Who Had Every Heart. Emeritus, retired Bishop Luke Orombi, a memoir. You need to go and have a look at it. It's also available for sale, by the way, so pick up a physical copy. But as I said, there's quite interesting varieties of coffee. There's Arabica coffee from Zombo. Yes. Yes. And the whiff of it when you're just walking around the door there does things to you. You need to go and check it out. Amazing. There's also Robusta coffee, Awaka coffee, it's called, from Gulu. Definitely worth a look. So go and have a look at those. Maybe take a pack or two at home, get a taste of it, and spread the gospel, so to speak.
something in the local language. Small.
Ecco, e comunque arriva. Just give it like 2 minutes.
2 minutes in the local language.
Okay. Afoyo weng me biano ka jotiano ni e wayo me joluo e wayo ni watika achel ka kwero beruluowa ka kwero tekwarwa ka kwero lepwa ka kwero ngoma wano bedo machalo dano machalo wan luo but luo iken ko lorem luo weng dano tie kanyo tiano enini wabiano kany pingo gen ma wano luo ni luo legacy dina ni tie me achel me neno ni tekwarwa wachako kwerne me ariyo me neno ni tekwarwa wagwoho me adek me neno ni tekwarwa kiromo funyo ne bot dano lutino joma tie ki joma food pia beke nywalogi en gitwer no tekwarwa eno ni gen madit maloyo mawa launching utiano ni luo legacy dinner ena ye kagwaka tekwaro ena kiluoni museum lemon luoni museum mak Uganda kan museum te Kampala museum kena te tiani no district sapari pari ni but meno no art mak gwaka ye artifacts on your history ma mekwa now watiki kero mekwanyo history eno ni ketune gwakana machine whether a chimney a laptop when you get your mo can mano dano kilwoni iwiyamo makado ngata miero nyang lok mete kwar mati chero iluo museum mati digitally chubi nyang te kwarwa ubi fonyo te kwarwa ubi dano pingo nying kaberu kije mukene ni duch malupe kiyo mete kwaro so iwa yom ni utiano ni wano tikany ofoyo wume bieno ofoyo jimi weng chwiny mabejo ma kiwaro ma unu nyoro tiche ni tich pa wan weng alege ni wamete wunu pa betin ne ken wabe chero de stage me chako building madano be woro dano be chero kaki areas ma pari kama luo beriye i Lao i Adola i West Nile kia chuli kaki chako documenting tekwaro waka chela no jomatika choyene jomatika recording jomatika mako duan ludiro magiti no gitia mako duan ludiro enoni wek tekwa ne kigiyupo weng ubedgen maper tek maki gwaho digitally no ke gwaho wiyamo ngar moy ken twero logging i chimme kete ini nano kete YouTube bi eno yi nano be kete tekwaro ne so mene ngoma digital library ne tie pere da ko betemo ana foy wodo twar no kwe enini obeberu mwaka ke mwaka project med digital museum me tie pe mwaka pa weke yopo well to more it's a 10-year project but kwe eno be beru mwaka ke mwaka but purpose me kwe ne beru pat I mwaka manyen no mongo ketie ka kwero gimoma pat ma per tek bene pete kwaro no pe museum mogo no kwan
You are arrangement digital that you can visit and have for the query gang like in Lango, Choli, and maybe West Nile.
Yes, request tie matek ne gineo ne mero tebe but kama wati yene fudo mero wachake kan eventually Kawano settling, my teams which are going to fail, here attack. The regions, when Gameluoti, and good bed care experiencing. Tororo, mere good bed care experiencing. Mano Lao, Acholi, Jomaaki, West Nile, one bridge will be on Tororo. We're going to go build deck, we're going to chamwa. So, man of the team eventually regions in the wing, but food will check a Kampala Kany, Ken Kanye Ogorwa, Maduong lawyer. So, Anna Foyo.
Lemon, why you better late than never?
Payo, Angeterele, Anadokwe, Angedonguya, Anadimon, Coronera Nature, Coramago Oda, Coronera Nature, Coradobella, Coronera Nature, Coradero Chuara, Coronera Nature, Coraguo Bajo. Don't remember down here. Chaleyo, he come yet put Chol Pio woman walk a quarter room thing. I demo Chalashway, I tell the what man. I come around with you, my cool weeping. Le witch boy, a year a kaya, quite waru kada walk, do unbetter, better get out there.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, just to interrupt your meal a little bit, there's actually a book, a pledge book, for those of you who'd like to contribute to this amazing idea, the launch of the Digital Luo Museum. And it's going to be right at the entry desk. There's a form you fill out, and it's straightforward, really. You want to pledge towards development? Please feel free at every opportunity. Well, time isn't on our side, and we're going to have to multitask. There's a saying that you should be able to chew gum while walking simultaneously. So that's the kind of thing we are going to do right now. eat food while we're listening to a speech from our guest of honor, retired Emeritus Bishop Henry Luke Orombi, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a round of applause.
If you don't know, that is my brother, Dr. George Piwang, and he's a true Luo with Bilo in his neck. And he's the only one, I'm sure, in this hall who can blow that horn. Chief Justice Emeritus, my brother Windolo, I am so thankful that you came. All our leaders who are in government, in politics, all our partners and associates who have come to work with us as the Luo people, my role is to bless particularly tonight. Having heard from Chief Justice Emeritus, heard from Honorable Zoe, heard from Honorable Tana, and having met the president of Luo Foundation, Dennis Obita, with whom I had a lot of interaction, my greatest hope and joy is to bless the true Luo blood given by God in Congo, in Sudan, in Uganda, in Kenya, in Tanzania. We are a big people, a big people. A lot of us are very, very intelligent and have been in international circles. Right now, Ambassador Otunu is running for that great post of Secretary General. Our prayer for him is that the blessing from home should go with him. There are quite a number of us who have been in the high circles of bishops and archbishops. We have one of our oldest archbishop, Festo Olango in Kenya, Janani Luum, a saint in Uganda. We have two archbishops from Nebi, Archbishop Raphael, Archbishop Orombi. All these are true Luo blood. Quite a number of high-level politicians and leaders of this nation, a number of people in the forces, and name them, we are here. Name them, we have them. And if you cannot be proud of being a Luo, you have a problem. If you are embarrassed of being a Luo, you too have a problem. God endowed us with so many gifts, intellectual, monetary. We have a force to reckon with in this country and in this region. That's why I come to bless the Luo blood. My only plea when Dennis asked me to say something was this: why did you retire and go back to the village? My only plea is this: with all the concentrated gifts God has given us as Luo people, with this digital museum we are trying to raise money for, may we please, Luo people, consolidate home. Go home, hold the hands of the people who are at home, receive the blessings from the older people who are at home, take your children to go home to see their grandparents, their aunties, their uncles, carry water for their grandmothers, connect strongly from wherever you are with home. We can have the digital museum. We can raise interest outside there. But if they want to come home and see the real home, what will they find? Who will they find? And if we are ever going to blow trumpets which are very loud, let's start from home. I was very happy, Chief Justice Emeritus, to hear you came from home to this dinner. You retired and you went home. You built yourself something at home. I met you in Agago a few months ago with Ambassador Otunu talking about Rocho Pacho, giving hope to people in the grassroots and giving a sense of belonging. When you have your children out there, they can come home and they can lift you up and they can encourage you. They can put oil on your dry skin. They can put some jackets on your chest. They can give you blankets to sleep in. You can build them houses and allow your parents to die in peace. The blessings cannot come to an end. So I was very happy to hear Rocho Pacho. And that goes for the whole of the north, from Nebi, Acholi sub-region, Lango, Kumam, the Japadola in Tororo, cutting across Uganda. Rocho Pacho would be the real thing we want to do. And so in my own heart, I would love to see you people hold the hands of the next generation, improve education, improve health, improve social well-being, improve our economic well-being. Because as Tana was telling us, the opportunities are many. Invest at home. Come home and use some of those land to do some serious work, and at least you will encourage people to live well. I have one particular Lur man here I admire from A to Z, Gilbert Kermundo. He was here, has he left? Is Gilbert around? Gilbert Kermundo is home in Nebi, farming in all kinds of way, fish farming, animal crops, coffee you're talking about, is allowing these guys who are doing agriculture at certificate and diploma level and university to go and do their internship in his farm. Now that is in Nebi. And many, many people in the Acholi sub-region, you have so much land. Strengthen the economic power of the communities in the grassroots by taking money, by investing, by allowing them to get employment. In Lango, the same. In Kumam land, the same. In Tororo, the same. And for me, I bless the Luo blood tonight seated here. Thank you for coming. Thank you for listening to the cry of this young man. And I do know that people who are with us online, you will be sure once you get this digital museum going, people want to come and see the Luo in reality. When we have got touristic interest, people want to come and see our homes in reality. So I want to ask you, please build bridges from wherever you are to where you come from. I have mango trees in my home. A ripe mango tree, when it is fruiting and it is ripe, it will fall under the tree. So let your fruit fall under the tree. And being a Luo is not an embarrassment, is not a mistake. If a leopard could change its color, it could, but it cannot. You're a Luo and will always remain a Luo. If you take a leopard to the salon and you trim it completely neat, the new hair coming will still be black and white. So whatever you are, wherever you are, once a Luo, always a Luo. And be proud of who you are. Bring dignity to your family back home. God bless you where you are so that you can go home, take your children, for the elders to bless them. And that, I can tell you, is a continuity of the Luo blood from our generation to the next one to several other generations to come. And I'm very proud of being a Luo. I live in Goli where my umbilical cord was buried. My home is in Pakwach. My brother George and two of my brothers take care of our ancestral property at home in Pakwach. We are still in the land and we shall remain in the land. Please lift the name of Luo wherever you are and make Luo be Luo, where you can take your friends home. And please do not go home in a coffin, go home alive, and allow home to bless you so that we change the mindset of our people at home. God bless you. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for eating. Dennis and the people who have made us food. I ate pedo with groundnuts and it is superb. And I know you have enjoyed the meal. Thank you, Larakaraka. Thank you, Aguara. I was waiting for more of those things. They were not coming. I don't know where they are. Ding has not yet come. Those things should have come here. But I hope they will come for people who are staying until midnight. Give me a chance to bless you, and then I should also be leaving. Father God, thank you. We are Luo, and we are not a mistake. We are your divine plan for the people where you have planted us, in Congo, in Southern Sudan, in Uganda, in Kenya, in Tanzania. We are proud of who we are. You've given us gifted men and women, men who have got ability to think, to be creative, to be innovative. Dennis came all the way from Canada with a team of people because they long to be home. And I ask you to help us to build our homes up, to lift the names of our parents, to lift the names of our villages, to be able to contribute to the welfare of our people, to be able to build the economic muscle of the North. Honorable Tana has given us some ideas, and we want to take those ideas and work on them. May your name be honored by each one of us. May our families grow up to know they are true blood of the Luo, and they can never change it, and therefore cherish what we are, and there's no apology, not embarrassment in any way. We are who we are because you made us to be who we are. So I thank you. The blessing of God Almighty, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit rest on each one of us now and forevermore. Amen and amen. Have a good night. Enjoy the meal. Enjoy the remaining part of this dinner. And God bless you and have a wonderful weekend. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much once again. Emeritus retired Bishop Henry Luke Orombi, our guest of honor today. Well, we've got the Acholi dance troupe about to give us another shot of energy through their vibrant performances. I'm sure you're all going to enjoy it. They gave you the La Raka Raka earlier. Now it's a royal dance. Buola.
easy to reach, and people can physically immerse themselves in the experience. We would have the gadgets on site, we'll have the setup on site. There's supposed to be some images of examples of what we're talking about. I don't know if whoever is in charge there was able to show them. I think it would have been best if people saw the idea of what the Uganda Digital Museum is meant to look like. But the third component, the fourth component, sorry, that is the commercial, the ecosystem, the marketplace. So not just the subscription, but we intend to also look at how can we create more jobs. Because the principle, the underlying principle we have at NSSF is as much as we're trying to collect savings from people, if people don't have the money to save, if they're not earning, then what are they going to save? So again, the Digital Museum is an opportunity to create more jobs. There are going to be artisans, there are going to be people in the service industry, there are going to be researchers, there are going to be curators, there are going to be all sorts of employment opportunities, new areas, content creators, film and entertainment. So these are all new potential areas of development that are going to really emanate from the Uganda Digital Museum. So without taking much more of your time, that is what we have planned at a high level. It would have been better if you had seen some of the visuals, but we are hoping that this is going to grow into something much bigger. It is starting as a Luo Foundation project, and it's going to remain a Luo Foundation project. So basically the Luo Foundation is going to spearhead this cultural heritage preservation in the country. So, and that is because the concept came from them. We've had discussions with them, and that is why it has to remain that way, but we have to expand it to all the other cultures in order to support the sustainability aspect, in order to scale effectively. And if possible, as I said, we would even intend to go beyond the borders. With that, thank you very much, and please enjoy your meal. Have a good evening.
Thank you so much, Collins, for that insight. Well, we'll leave you to enjoy your meal now. And just a short message from our partners as we wrap up the evening.
Many parts of Uganda, every child is born curious. Across the Acholi sub-region, and indeed many parts of Uganda and across Africa, children explore the world through making toys and tools from anything they can find, from wires to boxes, plastic bottles, and any recycled materials. Their imagination is limitless. Unfortunately, for generations, this remarkable ingenuity has always been dismissed as just play, not recognized as the foundation to nurture creativity into our formal learning spaces. As Robert, we saw this not as a problem, but as an opportunity. My name is Ben Wokoraj. I am the founder and executive director of Worobe Education Foundation. Inspired by this ingenuity, we have developed the Worobe Learning Approach, a structured learning approach that makes exploration of science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics possible, affordable, practical, and fun for underserved schools and communities across Uganda. Through this approach, we train teachers and empower them with our digital learning platform called Walkovers, which allows them to track progress of learners, do research, and also conduct assessments easily for the competency-based curriculum. This innovation also allows learners to access digital learning resources and physical learning resources that allows them to test and experiment with practical projects as they gain the skill sets and also improve on their learning outcomes for the CBC. Today, the results are inspiring. We have impacted more than 1,600 learners across 7 schools and inspired more than 20,000 learners across northern Uganda. The greatest part of the impact is actually not the numbers. It's actually the young learners who are developing solutions, not just to pass examinations, but real innovations for our community problems. From simple innovations like an automatic dustbin that minimizes infections to a digital tool for heart monitoring to detect diseases in our lives. These are not simple school projects. They are steps toward nurturing a generation of innovators, entrepreneurs, and leaders solving our community problems. This journey has been made possible through strong partnership with organizations like Luo Foundation, Secretariat of Science, Technology and Innovation, Ministry Uganda, University of California, Berkeley, which has allowed us to expand on our physical product innovations. FIFA Global Citizen Education Fund, MasterCard Foundation EdTech, which right now is empowering us to strengthen our digital technology so that we can scale effectively across the country. Together with other partners, this collaboration have unlocked over $200,000 in funding to expand on our impact to reach more than 10,000 learners by the end of 2027. By 2030, our vision is to scale the Worobe learning approach across Uganda to reach more than 50,000 learners and also establish the Worobe Innovation Center in Gulu to continue nurturing learners and innovation so that they become solutions to our community problems and challenges. I invite you to partner with us so that we nurture a generation of engineers, innovators, entrepreneurs, and leaders building a better world for us. Worobe, ingeniously a better world. Every child is born curious. Across the Acholi sub-region, and indeed many parts of Uganda and across Africa, children explore the world through making toys and tools from anything they can find, from wires
Bye. Kung Lao Blazing Rule, Kenya will Aisha. Rico de Warpiti. One minute, take it in a white in a carriage, we are them and pass one. Gonna